So I was looking for something today. It was my fault, and I was spinning a basketball on my finger, and I lost control of it, and it knocked over a security camera, which I had a ring on. It was one of those rings you put on your finger, and it tells you your sleep, steps, exercise, blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen. It's amazing. But I digress. So I had to go on the other side of my desk, and you wouldn't believe what I found under that desk in terms of lint and dirt. And so it was an opportunity for me to clean and make things better on that other side because I hadn't done that in a while. And so that's when you're intentionally looking for something. You're ready for a change. You're ready for something. But what about if I was just cleaning generally and then I found something? So, what comes to mind when you're just generally doing some house cleaning and you stumble upon something? There's that feeling of adrenaline. You're excited, right? And it's hot out today, y'all. So that's the reason why Jordan and I are out here walking. And I wanted to share this little thought that I had with you. So hold that thought, speaking of which, for a second. So the thing that I thought about was, because I have Dr. Russ Kennedy coming on my podcast for the second time to talk about anxiety and a bunch of other things that I don't think that he has talked about on some of his other hundreds of podcasts, his own and other people's. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and challenge myself in this next interview because the first one was really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out on my Sports Deli podcast. But what I thought about was, if you're intentionally working on what's between the ears and above the eyebrows, now that could mean childhood trauma, adult trauma, general acute hardships, things at work. You feel like you're out of sorts, your balance is off, you want to make a change, you want to lose weight, you want to drink more water. It could be a whole host of things. So when you're intentionally trying to find something to hold on to, when you're looking for that ring, I may not have found it today. It was in the most innocuous, inconspicuous space, and if I hadn't used a 5,000 lumen flashlight, I wouldn't have found it. And the only way out of darkness is with a bright light. And who's your bright light today? Is your bright light a friend? Is your bright light a social media influencer? Do you go into Barnes & Noble and read a book? It doesn't matter what your anchor is. It could be meditation. It could be yoga. But you got to find your anchor. And you got to find your bright light every day. And in the end, you're going to only be able to count on yourself. So how are you going to get to this point where you're flashing that bright light? And I found the ring in between two humongous things. And I was like, man, that's the first thing I thought about was, what if I was just doing some general cleaning? What if I was so deep in the forest I wasn't ready for change? But what if I was ready for change? And it is the most liberating feeling. So, just like when you're cleaning, looking for something intentionally, or you find something that you weren't necessarily looking for, and you have that rush of adrenaline, that's not sustainable. What's sustainable is lifestyle changes. Putting the right tools in your toolbox, whether it's a flashlight, whether it's a mindset, whether it's somatic therapy, no matter what it is. So, when you're ready, you're going to start to make changes, and you're going to see things come into your path when you least expect them to. So, whether you're doing an intentional job of looking for change, or it just happens to come into your path because you put it out into the universe that you were ready, just know that it's very similar to what I was doing today, which was intentionally looking for that ring. And if I was just doing general house cleaning and I found something, it would be just as exciting. And that's how growth and evolution work. So I don't know if any of this made sense, but to wake up every day feeling connected after having done a lot of work 25 years ago, journaling for 2 straight years every day, somatic therapy, and doing yoga, meditation since I was 9 years old. Everyone's going to go through hardships. But to wake up every day with a purpose, with a passion, feeling connected, not disconnected, having moments of sadness for a lot of reasons that are just normal for no matter who you are, whether you're a professional athlete or you're just an everyday citizen like me. So just take it one step at a time and start anywhere. And when you're feeling overwhelmed, just ask yourself, what's my anchor? And trust your anchor and trust the process, because in the end, there is no end, because life is a continuous journey of learning, of love, and try your best to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. And I think you'll find life to be a lot more harmonious and less dysfunctional in the end. I'll see you in the next video. This was done on the first take. Didn't plan any of it. I was just trying to get my thoughts out, which sometimes I digress. So if it drove you crazy, I apologize. But much love and light to everybody. And remember, the world is a better place with you in it. And I love all your beautiful faces. I'll see you next time. Peace.